Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm joined in studio today by Preston, a.k.a. the Sports Cheetah. You might have seen him on Twitter. He's always on there, big following, and for good reason, Preston. You've got a lot of good information, and I've been a fan of yours on Twitter for quite a while, and we reached out to you, and I'm very excited to say and welcome you to the Wager Talk team. Get some young blood. We've stayed with the main requirement though. You've got the big
I'm
size.
big,
We got to have that. I'm getting old. I may need a bodyguard. So if nothing else, definitely we've got that, and looking forward to working with you. But Preston, I want you to tell our audience a little bit about you and how you got into this and your style of handicapping. And because there's a part of your handicapping, and when we get to it, I'm going to jump in, that really intrigues me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on and bringing me on. I'm excited as well. My name is Preston, Sports Cheetah on Twitter. That's kind of where I started doing this thing and posting my plays for the public to have. But I first started betting when I was playing poker a lot when I was younger, and that kind of died and became more illegal to play online in the U.S. And so I had started betting on sports and was pretty successful with it, and just turned all my time and efforts towards that. And in the meantime, I was going to school. I got a master's degree in sports psychology from the University of Utah. And that's kind of helped me really understand. I mean, even for poker, the psychology is such a big part of that game, as well as numbers and math and all of that, similar to handicapping sports. And I was just kind of able to bring it all together and find a method that works for me for breaking down games. And that method is a lot of different variables. I think handicapping's one big equation, and you'll be able to do a few things right. I'm a guy that looks at numbers. I'll set power ratings. I have access to a couple models that a computer spits a number out, which give you a good base to look at for certain numbers for games, and a good baseline. But I think there's a lot more that goes to it. There's a ton of situational stuff and understanding that psychology of being a player or a coach or whatever it might be. And so you have to really understand and grasp all the different angles, all these different variables, and try to put together the right equation. And so that's what I've been doing. And luckily I've had some success on Twitter, and I'm excited to be here. Like I said, again, it should be a good time.
You've got a huge following on Twitter. Don't sell yourself short. Very impressed with what you've done in the sports psychology part of it. Everybody that knows, I use numbers, but situational handicapping is such a big part of my arsenal. And now to have a guy that's got that, psychology background, and you actually did your a lot of internship with working with athletes and stuff, getting to understand the mindset, and it's now we can I can get an actual reason to the things that I believe, and I'm gonna love picking your brain on stuff and having you on board. And I'm really excited getting some young blood into the site. Nothing wrong with old school, but I want to have that young base as well. Because you never can stop learning when you're in this handicapping game, and every time you bring somebody else in that has a different perspective, they're going to see something in a different way that you might not have seen it, and then just the meshing of the styles makes everybody a better capper.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. You hear a lot of times on Twitter or just in general, I don't bet teams, I bet numbers, or for me, I think that's crazy. I think you need to bet numbers too, but you have to be betting on the teams. You need to know them. You need to look at their situational spots, motivation angles, whatever it might be. Consider it all. Make the best assessment you can, and then go from there. But I totally agree with you 100%.
And if I happen to have an 0-4 weekend, like I had a couple weeks ago, whenever I lost the 4 games by 5.5 points.
We can have a session.
Yeah, can we have a session?
I'll lay you down on the couch.
Okay, no problem. Because I definitely will be looking for that. That's an added bonus. And just bringing them on the site saves me going to see the therapist. So that's great. You have another project that you do, and this is one of the other parts that I'm very excited about. And we're going to talk about that in the next video. But what I want to tell everybody is, Preston, the Sports Cheetah, will be at Wager Talk. He was selling picks. Primarily, you are football, basketball guy.
Yep.
Baseball, you play some baseball, but you're not.
I pick my spots more selectively, and
But you're definitely going to be there for all of the football and basketball plays and run right through the NBA playoffs. So we're welcoming Sports Cheetah on board. I think you guys are going to enjoy his stuff, and he's going to be providing a lot of content at WagerTalk. He's going to be sharing a lot of information with you. So as we always do with everybody at WagerTalk, we want to educate our listeners and viewers. You know, we're not about, you know, all selling picks. Of course, we sell picks. That does pay the bills at the site, but we are giving handicapping lessons at the site and try to make everybody smarter and better bettors at WagerTalk. So welcome aboard, Preston, Sports Cheetah, and I'm looking forward to working with you, and I just can't thank you enough for joining the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be
All
great.
right. He's Preston of WagerTalk.com. This was of Sports Cheetah, and we'll have our continuing series when we bring on a new capper, let you get to know them and what they're all about, so you can see their styles and understand it and feel more comfortable whenever you're making your selections for a handicapper. All right, we'll have more back here, WagerTalk.com.